Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today we will be taking a look at a video from Islam Critiqued called The Worst of the Bible, the Best of the Quran. Let's see what this apologist has to say.
Let's look at what this passage does and doesn't say. This psalm is situated within the context of the Babylonian exile. Ancient Near Eastern warfare was extremely brutal, as this psalm reflects. The psalmist clearly wants revenge, and that revenge is expressed, not surprisingly, in typical ancient Near Eastern terms, lex talionis, an eye for an eye, or in this case, life for life.
Now, it's very interesting that he makes the claim that this is ancient Near Eastern practice. So I'd just like to point this out for the majority of people who are watching this video. This is not just a Near Eastern practice. This is a command directly from God in the Bible. So he's trying to term it as if this is some kind of practice custom that the Israelites just copied from the other people. No, this is a direct command from God that is in the Bible.
And that is the important point. The imprecations are not just expressions of anger. They allow us to turn our anger over to God. These prayers do not ask God for the resources and opportunity to take vengeance on our enemies. They ask God to do so and acknowledge His freedom to act or not act as He sees fit.
Now, this is a very interesting suggestion that he's making. So, from what I can understand, he's trying to say that the Israelites are just mentioning this as a prayer to God. Like, they would never take the eye for an eye command seriously, right? The Israelites they would never actually fight against the enemies. They would never kill children. We know this, right, from the rest of the Bible. There is absolutely no place in the Old Testament or the Bible where the Israelites are ordered to kill children. I don't actually believe that the eye for an eye command is in any way immoral. That's in the Bible, okay? So I'm not attacking the Bible here. This man, however, this man who's trying to deceive his people apparently, he's saying that all of these commands of eye for an eye, they are not physical, they're not actually orders. And this contradicts the majority of commentators of the Bible, both Jewish and Christian. Okay, the eye for an eye was a true command onto people. He's trying to sugarcoat it over here and try to claim that this is only a prayer that the people made to God to punish the Babylonians. It might have been a prayer, but that does not mean that the eye for an eye was not in practice. That does not mean that if the Israelites had an opportunity, they would not be ordered by God to kill the Babylonians. And we see in many other parts of the Bible, as I mentioned earlier, that they have taken into their own hands by the orders of God. And they have killed infants, according to the Bible. So it's not a far-fetched claim to use the Psalms when they say that they want to dash infants against a rock, that this is a physical claim, not just a spiritual one.
Word, Surah 9 describes how to deal with this rage in the hearts of the believers. Fight them. God will punish them by your hands and disgrace them and help you against them and heal the hearts of the people who believe and take away all rage from their hearts.
So it seems like Islam Critiqued is really disappointed about the fact that the Quran is ordering the Muslims to fight against the disbelievers, and this fighting will cleanse their rage. It will make them less angry. Now, the question that should instantly come to anyone's mind is, why are the believers even enraged in the first place, right? They shouldn't be enraged for no reason. So if we just go one verse before to verse 13, it says, "Would you not fight against the people who broke their oaths and determined to expel the messenger, and they had begun the attack upon you the first time? Do you fear them? But Allah has more right that you should fear Him if you are truly believers." This is extremely important because he did not add this part in his video for whatever reason. And the fact that the believers are angry, that they're enraged, is because number one, the disbelievers broke their oaths. Number two, they tried to expel the messenger. Number three, they begun the attack on them. And does any logical person believe that they should not be angry over this? Like, if anyone breaks their promises to you, attacks you, and tries to expel someone who you love, you're obviously going to be enraged about this. Furthermore, it seems like he's trying to paint the fact that they're fighting in a negative light, like as if this is immoral. But fighting is ordered all over the Bible. Like, if his point is that it's immoral because the fighting is done to cleanse their rage, well, he just quoted in the Bible a verse which says that the Israelites wanted God to do the same to the Babylonians, what happened to them, as in to kill their infants. So I don't really see what he's trying to argue here. There is actually further hypocrisy in this individual's video, because he's claiming that this is the best of the Quran and that's the worst of the Bible. Now let's actually think about this for a second. If this is the best of the Quran, that means that there are no verses which talk about hatred or anger in someone's heart and forgiveness, right? So the only antidote for anger, according to him, is killing. That's the best of the Quran. Now let's just refute this very simply by looking at a couple of verses. So first of all, chapter 3, verse 1 through 4, it states, "They are those who donate in prosperity and adversity, control their anger, and pardon others. And Allah loves the good doers." Notice the words control their anger. Then we have verse 42, 37. It states, "And those who avoid the major sins and immoralities, and when they are angry, they forgive." Verses 5, 8. "O you who have believed, be persistently standing firm for Allah, witnesses in justice, and do not let the hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just, that is nearer to righteousness, and fear Allah. Indeed, Allah is fully aware of what you do." Why didn't Islam Critique show these verses to his Christian audience? Aren't they the best of the Quran, or is he actually just trying to make a propaganda video to try and trick people?
Surah 9 is so intent on fighting that it makes one of the most ignorant statements about the Torah and Gospel in Muslim history. And believe me, there is lots of competition. Surah 9, 111 states that in the Torah and Gospel, gardens of paradise are promised for those who die fighting. And what could be better than a promise of paradise from Allah? Unlike the Psalm, the cure for rage in Surah 9 is to fight. And
is he trying to say here that the Bible does not contain orders to fight? Like, this guy is he just that ignorant that he doesn't know his own book? Like, this is insane, man. Anyways, I think that is the end of this video. There is nothing really more important that I need to address. So see you later, guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.